Hey everybody, it's Masa here, and I basically just want to make a quick, short little video talking about Valorant and overall my thoughts and opinions on it, and also just kind of rope it into a part 2 of our previous video discussing Fortnite and how that's going. So I'll also be discussing how people are saying Valorant might kill Fortnite and might be the end of it, and I'm kind of more go into depth in that later in this video. So I think Valorant itself will be a pretty successful game, or if not successful in the long run, it'll 100% be successful in the short run, like it did, like Apex, for example. Apex off start was incredibly popular. They didn't even announce that the game was coming out, but the day of the game coming out, they had like millions of people playing, and it took off and like skyrocketed instantly. And then after a while, it kind of died off a little bit because of the lack of content and stuff going on. It kind of lost its hype and lost its kind of attraction to become and stay a very successful game, which is still good now, but definitely not where it started, and I don't think it's going to get back there. Anyways, with Valorant, some basic things about the game itself that I want to go into. So it's made by Riot Games, and Riot Games are the developers of League of Legends as well, I'm pretty sure. And with that, you can tell that League of Legends is already and has been for a while really popular in the competitive esports scene and overall as a video game in general. It's kind of like a more low-key popular game. It still stayed there in the popular standings, but it's not like a mainstream thing like kind of Fortnite or Call of Duty is now. So with League of Legends, because of its competitive kind of track hold, you can kind of take a guess that Riot Games is Valorant will also kind of take that same lead. And with that, Valorant will most likely be making a very competitive standpoint and esports view, which I'm pretty sure the company has come out to say that that's what they're going to be doing. They want to really push competitive on it, which is great. Trust me, it'll be a really good thing to see how that plays out, because Valorant itself is like a CSGO remake with the implementation of heroes or like abilities and stuff like that. So it'll be a really nice kind of standpoint on CSGO, and I feel like a solid amount of CSGO players might actually switch over to Valorant, depending on if they like the abilities concept or if they want to stick back to kind of like the original kind of gunplay of CSGO. And overall, I feel like this game will be pretty successful in the long run. I feel like it'll last for a solid while, but I don't think it'll kill Fortnite per se. I feel like, already actually there's been a lot of pro players that have dropped out of Fortnite or said that they're going to quit Fortnite for Valorant. For example, the second place winner for the World Cup in 2019 actually came out, I think maybe like a month back, saying that he's quitting Fortnite and that he will be playing Apex and or not Apex, sorry, Valorant, and trying to go pro on Valorant. And with that, it's pretty shocking because he got second place in the World Cup, which actually is a $2 million or $2 million US dollar prize, which is a pretty shocking thing to quit Fortnite for, considering he made that much money off of one tournament. I feel like if he was going to quit Fortnite, at least maybe wait till Valorant has a threshold and he can kind of join a successful thing there. But he can still, of course, stream and get money off that, so no big deal there. I think the issue with Valorant supposedly killing Fortnite, though, or getting a lot of players to switch over, is that Fortnite and Valorant are a very different game. They're not the same. They're like uncomparable. It's like comparing, Call of Duty with Fortnite. Like Call of Duty, I don't think would kill Fortnite. It might transfer some players over, but it wouldn't be like the main reason for its death because of it being such a different game. CSGO is more of a tactical, it's a tactical like 5v5 kind of terrorist concept, just like CSGO is. And I feel like most of the players, if they like Fortnite for what it is, a more kind of creative, open, like battle royale building concept, I don't think they're going to be like massive fans of the Valorant. Of course they'll like it, but you gotta remember it'll be a pretty decent learning curve, especially if they've played Fortnite and grinded Fortnite for the past couple like years. They won't. I don't think many people will be able to pick it up right away, and with that, they might maybe get discouraged, maybe don't want to switch over, maybe go back to Fortnite. Who knows? Because Apex, for example, it was a battle royale, and even that couldn't kill Fortnite. And Apex was massive when it first came out. It was crashing Fortnite's numbers, and then Fortnite came out with a bunch of new content and stuff, and agreeably enough stole a couple ideas from Apex to kind of get their players back, which again, you can't really blame Fortnite for. It's a business, you do what you do. But I think Valorant will be very successful, 100%. I feel like Valorant will probably be up there with Call of Duty and Fortnite, and of course League of Legends, because if they are as committed as they are with League of Legends and that competitive scene, they're 100% going to most likely stay in a competitive standpoint and be able to keep their players nice and engaged. But again, if they don't stick with their game and believe in it and really like stick on it to make sure that their game is successful with adding new content, new updates, keeping up to date, and simply keeping it nice and fresh for the players, I don't see any reason why this game wouldn't take off and be a really successful game. Me personally, I haven't had the chance to play it, which is rather unfortunate because I just don't feel like kind of trying to get the keys. But from what I've seen, it is a pretty good looking game, and I am looking forward to playing it when it does release fully this summer, which I'm pretty sure, if it hasn't been confirmed already, it should be a free-to-play game, considering League of Legends is a completely free-to-play game. So anyways, that's my kind of little standpoint on League of Legends and what I think of it. Or not League of Legends, sorry, Valorant. And yeah, I'm Massa, and hopefully if you didn't see already, you can watch my part 1 video, which I will leave at the little end screen here, so that you can go ahead and rewatch that if you'd like to get a kind of more better understanding of how Fortnite's doing and how I think it's doing. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Also, just want to quickly add on, feel free to stick around for like another minute or so while you guys can watch the rest of the trailers for the other characters in the game. Thanks.